everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and I'm going to make a really quick card for writing on, and this will probably be a very short video unless I do more than one, but I just want to show a very easy way to do this. So I'm not even going to layer it or do anything with it. I've got this scrap of paper here. I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges. And don't let me forget to show you the cards from the last video that I finished. I'll try to remember to show you those. I did 3 of them, and I think they turned out pretty good. Okay, so we're just distressing around the edge here, like this. Really simple way, and this is a great way to use some of the scraps that you have left after you've done a lot of decorating and stuff. Okay, and then I'm just going to tear out a piece of the coffee stain paper that's slightly smaller than this is. Okay, so I'm going to use my ruler because I don't want to cut off my edges because those are nice. So I do want my tears to be fairly straight. They don't have to be perfect, but just fairly straight. There we go, and I'll set that aside. And you could use another piece of, like this paper or something too, as long as it's, got enough room to write on. That's the main thing, is first of all, we're trying to make it sturdier by adding something to the back, but mainly what we're trying to do is we're trying to add writing space. And this actually already has some good writing space, but it's really thin paper. So I'm just going to add this to it. And I think no, that's good. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to it. Very simple way to make some cards. And I'm going to sew around on that with zigzag. Now again, I could decide not to sew all the way around the edge, and I could make it into a pocket on the back, but this time I'm going to sew all the way around the edge. And the pocket can be something that you fill, or you can leave it for the recipient to fill if you make a pocket. Okay, so very simple. There we go. And then we just want to add something. We want to add a hole up here and put some ribbon or something through it to use as a tab so that it can easily be pulled out of a pocket. I need to sharpen my hole punch. Okay, so let's see, what do we want to use for a, not that lace. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. Use some of my fabric ribbon. It's going to be too wide, but I'll cut it. Cheesecloth. I coffee stained a whole bunch of cheesecloth, and that also makes a really good, like, pull ribbon type of thing. I really like how that's really frayed, so I don't want to lose that. I'm just going to cut this here a little bit so I can tear it and make it thin enough. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not wanting to tear for some reason. Okay, well, it's going to be like cut and tear because I don't want it to be all perfectly cut. There we go. Okay, it's hard when it's a small piece. Okay, so there we go. So see how it's all ragged like that and everything? I love it. Okay, so what I do is I twist it in the middle to make it thin enough to go through my hole. Okay, and then I'm going to loop it like this. Okay, stick it through the hole. And you can do this either direction, just depending on the effect that you like. And then I'm going to, I pull this up far enough so that I can stick these 2 ends through it. Come on. When it's small, it's harder to do. If you use a longer piece, it's easier, but I don't really want long pieces on here. So, and then it's really fraying too. So what I'm getting is threads, which is fine. That'll look great. Okay, so I'm going to pull it through, and there we go. And and if I'm not concerned with this one's nice and tight, it's going to stay. But if you are concerned, you can always sew right across it too. I do that sometimes. So that's a very simple card. If you want to, you can add other things to it. You can glue on a button, some ribbon, rosettes, whatever it is that you want, but you don't have to. You know, this is nice just the way that it is. I don't know where that fabric ribbon went. Okay, so I'm going to show you the other cards that I made off camera. I had done most of this on camera. Okay, so this opens up here at the side. So we'll be able to put something in there with a ribbon sticking out. I've got this button on here. The glue is still drying. I put a little thread into a bow and glued that on there. Okay, and then these two, this one opens up down here at this end, so I can put a small little tag in there. I had this paper that I had torn off, and then this flower is a separate piece of paper, and this ribbon that I went ahead and I just stuck it across like this under there. So I sewed, I put these all layered on top of each other. You can see that I sewed right through the piece with the flower on it. I sewed all the way around this that also held the ribbon in place, and then I sewed around this. And then this is just a little bit of this ribbon that I cut off, lace that I cut off at the end here. And this is an example of when you want to sew across, because this was kind of like falling apart. And so it wasn't falling apart up here, but it's falling apart down here. So I zigzagged across this a couple times to hold that all in place. And again, you could put like a pearl or something right here, a little bead, but this is really nice the way that it is. Okay, and then, did I show you this one already? No. Okay, so then this is the one that we made that I accidentally folded it before I sewed, so it's not going to be open or anything like that, but it's just a little card. I added a button, lace, and more of this burlap here. The burlap's underneath. So very, very simple, really fun to do. And if you want to, you could, you know, I may actually sew all the way around this, I think, because this like opens up here and stuff. I suppose somebody could take this ribbon off and make it into an envelope, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and sew all the way around with zigzag. If you wanted to, you could add some thread to this one like I did in the other. You could put more fabric underneath this if you wanted to before you sewed it all. There's just a lot of different things that you can do, but that's just an idea for y'all. And where's the one that we made today? This is the one that we just made. Very simple, very easy. You can write here, probably even write here if you wanted to, if you have a dark pen. Okay, I love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.